The infamous Hong Kong gang called the Triad operates under a set of customs and guidelines that its members are expected to follow. It's one of the biggest gangs in the world, with an estimated membership of over 20,000. Numerous crimes, including assassinations, extortion, drug smuggling, and human trafficking, have been connected to the organization. The reason for the gang's enormous membership is that they have a wide geographic reach and have members dispersed throughout the globe. In mainland China, the gang was founded in 1947. It was initially intended to be a military force that would aid Chiang Kai nationalist Shek's army in the Chinese Civil War. And as is customary in the criminal underground, the 14K Triad has engaged in brutal conflicts with other gangs, detonated bombs, stabbed victims, and committed other atrocities. There are rumors that the gang is intimately connected to the Chinese government as well. With an estimated 600 members, Tambovskaya Malyshevkaya is one of the biggest mafias in the world. The covert group commands the loyalty of many people and wields enormous power. The Tambov gang and the Malyshevkaya syndicate have combined to become the gang. Following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, Tambovskaya Malyshevkaya came into being and they were in charge of practically everything in St. Petersburg in the early 1990s. A long number of illegal activities is carried out in Tambovskaya Malyshevkaya. Murder, drug trafficking, extortion, and other violent crimes are among the charges brought against the group's members. Still, they carry on conducting business in Russia despite these crimes. They've been running for a while and seem impervious to attack. The Crips is an American gang that was established in Los Angeles in the 1960s or 1970s. The organized group engages in criminal activity, such as selling drugs, extortion, stealing, and murder. African Americans make up the majority of the Crips gang, which is linked to the color blue. The organization and another group known as the Bloods have been engaged in a savage feud. Although there is debate over the group's beginnings, many say that Williams and Raymond Washington founded it in 1971 to offer safety from gang violence. Additionally, according to some sources, Washington was politically influenced by the Black Panthers. With more than 20,000 members, the Crips are currently active in more than 40 states across the USA. Their stronghold is still Los Angeles, despite their growth into other parts of the nation. The Mara Salvatrucha gang is fairly well known in America. The group has a bad reputation for killing individuals with machetes and even carrying out public executions in broad daylight without a care in the world. Baseball bats have also been used to murder by beating victims to death. There are currently 70,000 or more members of the gang globally, and that figure is rising. A large influx of refugees who were fleeing El Salvador due to the Civil War gave rise to the MS-13 gang in the 1980s. The organized group's initial main objective was to defend the immigrants from other, more powerful street gangs. The gang's goals changed with time and today they are regarded as one of the most violent in the modern era. One of the world's most violent gangs is the Latin Kings. The most peculiar aspect of it is that it has male and female members, with over 43,000 total members across the nation. The gang was established in 1940 with the goals of promoting education in the United States of America and preserving Hispanic culture. Theft of military equipment, collaborating with terrorist organizations, and other crimes were committed over time as it turned violent. The Aryan Brotherhood, often known as AB, is an American organized crime group and neo-Nazi prison gang with its headquarters in California. There are between 15,000 and 20,000 members in the gang, according to a number of reports. As one of the deadliest and most vicious gangs in the world, Aryan Brotherhood was established in 1964. Blood in, blood out, which conveys the gang's violence, is their catchphrase. Because there are so many illegally organized gangs in the area, Mexico is where some of the fiercest gang battles take place. Los Zetas is among the most lethal. Since its founding in 1990, Los Zetas has committed countless brutal crimes. Their illegal behavior is so heinous and terrible that it frequently makes the news for strange reasons. They are now among the most powerful cartels in Mexico, and they also do well on a global scale. The majority of Los Zetas' money comes from drug trafficking, with the remainder coming from ruthless extortion methods. And if you don't comply with their demands, you could become one of their targets for beheadings, torture, killing, extortion, kidnapping, and other horrific crimes. The notorious leader of the Sinaloa cartel, El Chapo, who twice managed to break out of jail, has given the organization tremendous popularity. Although the cartel's head is behind bars, it is nevertheless active and flourishing under the partial direction of El Chapo's son, Ovidio Guzman Lopez. The violence of the Sinaloa cartel is what makes it successful in the drug trade. Typically, they will torture members of other gangs and adversaries to send a strong message to anyone considering attacking them. The Sinaloa cartel has made it a point to cultivate relationships with a variety of parties and groups, including businessmen, religious leaders and other social influencers, politicians, the military, and other institutions and employees of the government. To those who must live under Sinaloa's authority, its acceptance has been based on two factors: a moderate use of violence and reasonable extortion rates.